game one.
Yes, because
Why were you
Tokyo. So I was like, oh, Toronto Tokyo, I forgot about him. He's playing in a lane where he should do well. You know, the mid player, he's leaner against Pangolier.
Lena, yeah.
He should, like, on paper, the better mid laner should do well, pivot, control the game. Big difference. Excited to see if Spirit have got it in them.
Aren't we all excited to see it? I know two people that are also very, very excited to see what's going to happen in this game too. It is Cap and Sind.
That's right, everybody. It's time for game number 2, and after getting absolutely rolled in game number 1, Team Spirit probably have something to prove. I'm here with Cap. Cap, do you think with this draft that Team Spirit are bringing to the table that they have better odds than in game number 1 with what they're facing?
Yes.
"30 seconds to battle."
Right. This time around, LGD are running a definitely less tanky lineup. I guess Pangolier is kind of deceptive sometimes with shield crash. He can be really tanky in the right situation. Their supports being Clockwork and Aya, I would say, is, you know, less defensive than Omni Knight Wyvern were. And their safe laner is not a Sven, but a Luna. So definitely easier to chew through for Team Spirit's heroes here. And I also think Team Spirit in this game, they just have more burst, right? They have more damage. There's a Lion and a Lina, a Terrorblade with massive output. You have Rupture against Pango and Darkseer, and even Phoenix with percentage-based damage. So I agree. I like it more as well, what Spirit are bringing to the table here. And I think it's just important that they're not too crippled after the last game and are in like a good mental state and just play their lanes and realize, okay, you know what, it was a one-off, really bad game from us. We're going to have a better time this time. Yeah. Right.
Denial is the heart of discipline.
I think more than anything, the most important thing for Bloodseeker is having good matchups. I think he's not really worthy of a pick unless there's a specifically really good reason. Oh, Faith Beyond not actually die bottom here. Yatoro and Poshka, they're going to surround him. First blood going the way of Terrorblade. You love to see that if you're a Spirit fan. Getting Yatoro off to a good start has led to many a win. So very nice. Yeah, about Bloodseeker, I think he can play multiple roles. I honestly think he can, in theory, play almost any role as long as Rupture and Bloodright are good enough and you have synergies that set him up. And in this game, the matchups are good, right? They specifically target the Pango with it, and they lane it with a stun that's very reliable in the Earth Spike so that you can connect Bloodrights. I think he's solid. I don't know, we've seen some mixed success from carry Bloodseekers. I think they have more boxes they need ticked. Like, you need a good carry matchup, and you need teammates that deal damage, so Thirst activates early in fights. He's very good together with, like, Earth Spirit or Venomancer, you know, heroes that deal a lot of spread damage. Innocence is going to die, too, here. He's not careful. One more hit, 2 more hits will do it. He's going to be okay. Yep. Oh. Yeah. Right, and it also just felt like Vacuum was so bad level 1 that it wasn't even really a skill point, right? That's also just weird design, to have a skill point that does almost nothing because it's that bad and that long cooldown and it had no damage. Like, so there's a lot of things that made this hero better. That's definitely one of them. I can't remember what the cast range used to be. I'm gonna say something like 200 on level 1. It was like atrocious. And you literally only leveled it to get higher level. So usually Darkseers would go sometimes 044 and sometimes they would go 042 and then start leveling vacuum, and it was just this game of, oh, how fast can I finally get to level 3 or 4 vacuum so it does something. So yeah, it's one of the changes of Darkseer that I really celebrate because it makes the hero more interesting and diverse. The old one was very, very one-dimensional. And also the wall changes over time have also, you know, made a difference with it having like a slow and...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Precious bounty.
It's actually the lane that are winning the least, which is very surprising. I thought this was going to be the biggest win for them, Lina against Pango, but the top lane especially is doing really, really great. The Lion Bloodseeker, they're going to pressure here again, as Clock is on Miposhka, needs to time the dive, does it well. You can get broken between battery assault charges if you don't use it at the perfect time. Your animation could get cancelled and he would be stuck and die there. But Miposhka knows that timing and gets out. But yeah, top lane for TSpirit, really good. Oh, they failed the pull. That is a bit of a blunder, actually, at this level. They had a triple camp that they were pulling to the left, and they did it too early, and the camp actually left. That is gonna... That would have been huge for them, because pulling this camp at that point in time with how strong they are, LGD might have struggled to come out and contest it against Bloodseeker Lion at that point. But they're gonna... Yep. And now they're trying it again, but now the conditions are different because now the waves are meeting. So this time it's not even going to happen. They're going to shut it down in its tracks here. Nice blood right, though. This is good damage. Hex.
Radiant are scanning.
It's doing great. I also just think this is such an awesome laning partner. Lion is so good to lane with. You have 2 stuns between the Earth Spike and Hex. Oh, actually Xin-Q might just get dove here as well. He has sticks. It's going to be okay. And now Collapse could be in trouble. And Mirror could be in trouble. Everyone gets some trouble. I wonder when Xiao gets involved. So he obviously loves playing Pangolier, and this is the kind of game where I think he's actually very integral to the team in making even the more basic moves. The only hero who's really going to do anything aside from him is Clockwork. Your 5 is an IO.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Oh, and Poshka's going to solo Y. Very nicely done. He's going to get level 5 there on the Phoenix. Yeah, that one feels bad for Toronto Tokyo. Not only did you rotate and fail, but you blew so much mana into the void, right, to not get a kill. So all these resources that he would usually use now to farm and to push out mid are lacking, and he needs to buy a couple of clarities to compensate. It's going to delay his boost of travel even further.
A little something extra.
I didn't notice, actually. I think LGD got most of what they wanted. Oh, you mean the hard camp? The hard camp. Yeah, I guess they did get that with the Lina. So that does, yeah. That would help. That's like a bit of a band-aid, at least. Nice vacuum. I think he would have got it off there on Clockwork, actually. The cast point of Sunder is low enough that it's very easy to land between battery assault stuns, so would have been able to get it. I honestly think it would have died anyway because Xiao 8 was part of that play, but why bother? Just get it done, move on with your life, and Xiao 8's back to mid. Ami's in trouble. No relocate.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah. Absolutely. They just have so much burst, right? Lion, Lina plus Bloodseeker. Even though it doesn't sound like much, the rupture change that made it deal 10% damage of the target's health also, it makes a difference in these kills when he casts it right away. It's just often that little extra bit that you're missing against IO, and then the relocate comes out. Not going to be a problem here if they burst their spells fast enough. Going to see a tier 1 tower trade. TeamSpirit were maybe contemplating defending here, but not going to happen. Tower goes to Faith Beyond. And something that Effie pointed out last game that I thought was a really good point was when they played this Klink Sven, their safe lane was so strong between the Omni and Sven that Ame could just stay up there seemingly forever, and that allowed Faith, Xiao 8 to also farm the triangle. In this game, they've been shut down in lane, and therefore Ame now needs to play this triangle. So there's simply less farm being obtained on the map at this point. Io is going to like leech a little bit up top, but it's never going to compare to a Sven Omni farming the lane as well as 2 jungle camps while Klinks farms the other 3. So don't foresee LGD pulling some sort of a massive advantage like last game. This is going to be much more of a level playing field when we approach the mid game. And right now, even a slight lead for TeamSpirit. I wonder why he wants the Atos first. If it's just, okay, I need more utility to set up my Terrorblade to deal damage and to protect Phoenix Egg, or even set it up to begin with. Catch against the IO combinations, whatever it is. Definitely a good item for his lineup to play with. It allows him to make Lina and Lion connect. Oh, speaking of Lina, some good footwork here from Toronto Tokyo. Will get connected on that time, though, and that's a relocate.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, loving the patience from Xiao 8 there. I think a lot of players go for that swashbuckle with the risk of missing in the trees, and who knows, maybe Lina somehow finds a miraculous escape. Just holding it there ensures the kill. He knows Luna's going to make it there in time and cover the angle.
Radiant's top tower.
TeamSpirit in the meantime don't just sit around and watch their Lina die. They're actually taking mid tier 1 with their Lion. He's going to get denied by Zenkyut. There's the... Oh, that hurts when you're ruptured. Yikes.
Money changes hands.
He has to go for it, though. If he gets it off before he gets ruptured, maybe he lives, but the Atos more than enough time for Collapse to connect all this stuff. And yeah, it's not even necessarily going to be the Vessel next. He's eyeing up a Hood, so maybe thinking he needs to play more of a frontliner role for the team. I honestly like that approach better, now that I think about it, than finishing the Vessel. Yeah, it's good against IO, but what the team really needs is somebody who just goes in, tanks damage, and allows Lion, Lina, and Terrorblade to have a free fight. And if he has a Hood and maybe a mobility item, he could be that guy. Yeah. I like that idea here as well. It's good. Well, Xiao 8.
are scanning.
Yeah, really good reaction there from TSpirit. I think Faith_Beyond a little bit of a misstep there going into the cogs, just setting up the double LSA. Could have probably settled for, oh, why are you there? Is the question. And, all right. Looking good for Spirit here. 3K gold lead.
Coin of the realm.
Did we need to see that again? Salt in the wound. So what some players have done in the past is they've gone Ags as like a secondary, somewhat early item so that you can play the magic damage into Terrorblade. If he BKBs, at least you kill his illusions, which is a huge damage mitigation. And if you catch him in a stun, you can burst him and ignore the armor. I think in this game what Am is going to do is he's currently eyeing up the Chrysalis. I think he's going to go full physical and rely on IO to offset the difference. Just having that bonus could swing that matchup just enough that he can take the fight, especially once he gets Satanic. I still don't think his plan is going to be, all right, I'm just going to fight Terrorblade head on, but more than likely, I'll hit whatever I can and just stay alive while I do it. That's probably the way to go here. Bottom lane. They're going to find Phoenix. Approach gets a full 4-step now if he wants to buy it. He's currently hovering the amount of gold it costs without buying it out. Oh, Xiao8.
Double damage.
Yeah, getting rupture is no fun, really. Oh, there's another stack. Right. Interesting approach here from Xiao8. He's queuing up the Yules. I think what a lot of Pangoliers do in this position is they buy Lincolns against the Bloodseeker specifically. But Xiao8's idea here is he's going to do whatever he can to stay alive as long as possible. Even if he gets ruptured, at the very least he can stop his roll, cast a Swashbuckle. If he still gets focused, he can do some Yule shenanigans to buy time, maybe get a second shield crash off and tank, and give his team the momentum to go in. I think both approaches are good. I just wonder why he is specifically not going Lincolns. If it's just cost efficiency, it's a big item, there's a lot of farm on the map that both his Luna and Darkseer need. So maybe he's just valuing that as the cheaper option. And if we get a replay of that, you're going to see exactly what goes wrong. This play from LGD is actually very good, but Xiao8 doesn't find the correct bounce on the wall, and that ends up not leading to a chainstone on Terrorblade. He's going to Manta off and use that Sunder. I don't think anything's going to happen here. Faith_Beyond running away, but yeah. If that Sunder doesn't go off in this fight, LGD just get the Terrorblade for free, and then the follow-up fight might not look as bad, but they get forced to commit so many resources and time that the reinforcements arrive. You're going to see it happen right here. So there's the Pango roll, gets the connection, but doesn't clip off the edge there of the stone wall. And then when he finally returns back, look at how much damage the Luna is taking. They're healing so damn much with the IO, but it just becomes too much, and he's ruptured. And like you said, a relocate to Fountain there definitely would have been better, but you can understand from LGD's perspective why they thought they could still possibly take that fight afterwards. Yeah.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Get a vacuum wall off, or at the very least a wall on the Terrorblade, and perhaps for the Pango to connect some good chain stuns on Terrorblade illusions, and maybe then you can survive even longer. So definitely. And it also means it's important to use the Mask of Madness carefully, right? But he is going to split this into Satanic, you would imagine, right? Eventually, that is going to be the route. He's going to take Satanic Butter instead of this Mom. But for now, obviously needs to wait on the BKB. Almost completing at bottom here. Rotation coming in from PSG.LGD. They're trying to find Miposhka. He has sidestepped to the left, though, and should be getting out. No, he's showing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Xiao, it's very far away. Oh, he dove into it. Egg? Oh, that is... Well.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Roshan has fallen.
Honestly, masterclass from LGD in that situation. It is so hard. Oh, hang on. He might live.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay. So what makes this Roshan play so impressive from LGD, as I will never get a chance to talk about it. We're going to go mid. Collapse gets vacuumed.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So. There's the trade. All right, Faith Beyond's running away. Okay, so here's what makes it so impressive. Right, you're pushing bottom tier 2 with your IO Luna. You know you have relocate. So you make 2 plays at once. You know at Spirit are committed in this pit. So you keep IO Luna bot and you run across. But honestly, the most standout play there is Faith Beyond running into the river alone. In so many situations, that's going to look like suicide. But the way that sets up his team to come for the return, or the connection here is really big, right? So they know Toronto Tokyo is low. He gets the wall on the Terrorblade illusion, puts it on Lina here, gets the kill. Xiao comes in, takes a lot of damage, but again, you're setting all of this up for that relocate to come in and actually get Toronto Tokyo. So yeah, they got Roche, but they lost Aegis and they lost Lina twice. Ultimately, they also lost the bottom tier 2 tower. So in this situation, LGD managed to actually open up an outpost for themselves while they were getting Roche. So really, really impressive stuff there. Best play of the game.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied. Money to burn.
They were up 6 before that Roche. And he's still going to go for the Yules. He didn't change his mind. And actually already queuing up at Basher as his next idea. A way of giving Luna more time in the fights. Proccing at Bash on the Lina or Terrorblade can prevent the Sunder or Laguna Blade from coming out, or just in general keep them in place so Luna gets to hit. And they are going to make a smoke move here, knowing that there's no Aegis in play. Any opening here for LGD could be big and ultimately lead to top towers. And they're not going to find anything. TSpirit, a good split here at the top half. They have the vision advantage up there as well. Might be a Lion getting caught out here in just a sec by Pango. Xiaoit's going to see him. Oh, vacuum nothing.
Die.
Nice blink to Man. I mean, looking at the game state right now, I think both teams are competitive in team fights. The question is if Spirit feels it, right? From our perspective with what we see and what we know, there's a decent chance. But it is so all important that if Team Spirit make the move, they absolutely have to get the jump with the Bloodseeker getting a good rupture on Pango. I think if they don't find him, anyone they go on, the response is just overwhelming. It's a clockwork hookshot, it's a vacuum combo, and it's a Pango. And here it is. They're going to open in. No rupture though. Bloodseeker some base.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wages of sin.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They seemed like they weren't fully on the same page. So Xiaoed gets bailed out by the clockwork, which means you're one man down. And then Ame turns with the IO to stay and fight there, but Pango never reconnected with the Rolling Thunder. So you're going to see it here, right? They get this opening, and this is what you really want if you're Spirit. You want to catch the Pango. Bloodseeker isn't there, so Xiaoed gets to reset and run away. This is where, if the Luna wants to fight here, you have to roll up as soon as you have... Oh, he doesn't have it. Wait, when does he have it? Oh, that is just not good communication. I think that fight doesn't exist without Pangolier. And he's in trouble.
Regeneration. Radiant
Yep.
are scanning.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Hex reflected. Atos reflected. Are they going to reflect any damage? No, seems like it. That is not the case. It's just going to die. Yeah, this Terrorblade timing is scary, but I still think inherently the best chance that LGD have comes from the Darkseer and the Pango. Every time Terrorblade gets stronger, as long as you find the wall and you get a bit of roll on the Terrorblade. It doesn't even need to be full duration, but just a couple of stuns with the roll-up, killing off or significantly lowering the impact of the illusions. I think LGD have the solutions to Terrorblade the entire game. I don't think he reaches overwhelming point here. Nope. Let's see. Yeah, this is... Oh! No way! No way! Oh my goodness.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That was a combination of brilliance and fail at the same time, right? So the swashbuckle, I think, missed from Xiaoed. You're going to see it here. So I love the way they set this up. They swashbuckle in. He gets a pretty weak Sunder, to be honest, but he kind of has to use it there. Stun. Stun. He gets knocked up on the high ground, and this is where Swashbuckler kills him, but he misses it. Then the Manta comes out, and his team is covering him on the right, so Io can't chase here. And they actually get the Yatoro out of that. That is a really huge difference, because this would have been huge for LGD. They would have killed Bloodseeker as well as him, and maybe even been able to snowball the fight after that a bit more with confidence, but they have to back out. Faith Beyond died on the other side of the map, by the way. That was off camera, but he got ganked. Oh, they're gonna try again.
Triple kill.
Toronto Tokyo did 7k damage there. I don't know if you saw the damage breakdown of that, but he hurt so badly in that fight. Just gets free reign, just punching away. 14-2 right now on this mid laner, really carrying his team in this game. And yeah, for LGD again, unfortunately this time Xiao doesn't really have a good way of bouncing. On his, he uses the roll up for the double stun, so he gets the initial connection, roll up here. Unfortunately, they layer it a little bit there with the hook shot, so don't get the full duration stuns out, and that Sunder decides everything. Not only does he survive longer, he kills the IO, and that means Luna can't fight anymore. So this is just an easy double kill, and guess who's just having a field day? Toronto Tokyo is just killing everyone once. It's auto-attacking all fight with Daedalus. That only ends one way. Rushes up. Faith Beyond. If there was a ward there, they would have pounced on that instantly, but they don't know he just crossed by, so they find nothing. Except the Roche, which is pretty good. Oh, wall. They're too late. Who gets the shard? They're going to give it to Terrorblade for the Demon Zeal? They are. Okay.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's going to go top and push this out. Do we think Yatoro played such a good Terrorblade because he has the cat ears? Do you think he like identifies as the character? It's kind of like he's got the horns. He even has the same color on it. Wait, no, that's just Demon Zeal making it blue like his hair, right? He's got like black and blue hair. He is literally Terrorblade. That's it. He is Terrorblade. That's true. Yeah. That is really nasty. You're playing against both the Pango as well as Dark Seer, and you rupture them both. Even the Luna, you just force her to stand her ground. I guess there's always going to be the relocate play, so that's at least something that LGD have to save them, but it's trouble.
Radiant are scanning.
It is definitely a very, very strong lead. You still have this feeling that LGD can make this happen, but getting more and more confidence in TSpirit by the minute, especially sitting with this Aegis on Lina about to hit level 25. That's a huge ramp up for her. Getting either the attack range or the Laguna cooldown. Probably going to go for the attack range and just keep playing from further away. And you've seen LGD put a lot of emphasis on stopping the Terrorblade, but honestly, I'm starting to wonder if that's the right target at this point. Like, do you swap your focus over to the Lina and try to just control Terrorblade instead of killing him? Because the amount of resources that it takes every time, Lina is undoubtedly a much easier kill. She's sitting at 13 armor instead of the 37 of Terrorblade, and any chain stun combo is going to work just as well on her, even though she has BKB, as long as you find the opening jump.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Haste!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
going to be a trade-off.
Money to burn.
Oh, miscommunication there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
For the twins.
Right, and it looked like what LGD were going for there was a split setup where they wanted to jump Terrorblade bottom as soon as they forced a rotation top and then maybe relocate out. But TSpirit were just too fast. Buyback.
Dire's bottom tower
No wall.
is falling. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks.
You weren't sure about that offline Bloodseeker. I feel like he's just putting in so much work. Like the Rupture, just making things easy for the Lina. And you're definitely seeing the synergy. You even talked about the Blood Rage as well. Just allowing Toronto Tokyo to go to town. I love the fact that they had the confidence to give Xiao 8 arguably his best here. Oh, hookshot. Good Hex.
That was a better.
Triple kill!
All important detail there. Toronto Tokyo let his Fiery Soul stacks run out. So when they jumped him there, he had so little attack speed in his Satanic that he couldn't fight back. If he's maxed out stacked there, he doesn't die. And LGD get a really, really needed win out of this fight from that. No Aegis for them to claim at the very least for TSpirit, but you're going to lose your tier 2 mid and probably get forced to buy back one, if not two heroes. Because you know how Luna gets if she gets that tower. You're losing the entire lane in the blink of an eye. So you have to defend now if you want to do it, or you just flat out do Rax trade. And all of a sudden LGD have a good shot at the game again if you let them have a full lane.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
It's too late to buy back now. It's already gone. Indecisiveness.
Radiant's middle barracks. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Honestly, this is even better for LGD than just getting the lane for free. They also just got gifted a buyback. Are they going to push for the base? They're going to force more buybacks. They want this Luna to buy out. They're going to get it. Feel the pain in that roll. He's like trying to TP out while rolling away, and he's just taking an absolute beating from Lina as well as the Rupture. Xiao 8 literally took 2.5k damage while TPing, just rolling away. Oh, honestly shocked that LGD went for that. They're a very experienced team. That was super high risk. Obviously, the reward would be great if there were no buybacks on Spirit there, which might have been their read, really. You got the Lion buyback, but they didn't defend the barracks, and LGD like, wait, do they actually even have the buybacks? And they go for the push, and they do get punished. But if Spirit don't end the game here and now, there's a huge moment of opportunity for LGD because there's no buyback on Lina and Bloodseeker, but this is a 5v3.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's ancient is under attack. is under Radiant victory.